I will call to order the meeting of the Westborough Planning Board. I'm John Gelsich, the Vice Chair. We have Jenny Gingras, the Planning Director, Caroline Regan, John Pizzoni, and then Kristen Bellinger, the Assistant Town Planner, and Anne Marie, I don't know your last name, Anne Marie, even though I've seen that name, Decker. I could have guessed that, that sounds familiar. Anne Marie Decker, the new Administrative Assistant. We have 50 Flanders Road on first, and they're requesting continuation to December 2nd. Is there any other update, Jenny?
Yeah, I'll just give a brief update on where we're at with that application. So as the board knows, we sent it out for peer review with CEI. We received back comments and a second peer review letter, and there's still many items that still need to be addressed. So we offered to meet with the applicant as staff with the engineering department and with the peer reviewer, which will happen either this week or next. We're still waiting on coordinating a final date. But we may need to also ask for additional peer review fees due to the time that's been spent on it. So more to come on that.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion to continue the hearing for 50 Flanders Road to December 2nd, 2025?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Second.
Hi, Chris. All in favor? And that doesn't count. Chris, don't worry about it. That doesn't count. There was no testimony, so you can participate in this hearing that we just continued. Second one is for Ridings 2, Libby Lane. They've requested a continuation to January 6th, 2026. Jenny, any updates?
Yes, so last time I updated the board that they will not be requesting a variance for the side yard setback, but now they will be requesting a variance, which has to go through the Zoning Board of Appeals. I don't know if they've applied yet, but if they do apply, they wouldn't be able to get on until, I think they missed the December, so now it's January. So this could be continued even later.
Okay.
So we won't add it to the agenda until January 6th, where we'll get another update, and then it could be continued again.
All right. And we have Chris Kelleher that just joined. Can I entertain a motion to continue the hearing for Ridings 2, Libby Lane to January 6th, 2026?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor? That's 4-0. All right, review of the 2026 Planning Board meeting calendar. Anything on this, Jenny?
Yes, so the board did receive the calendar, that proposed calendar for 2026 that was sent around. I can put it up on the screen if you want me to. I
Pull
looked
for
through the
me.
dates.
Didn't pull out my computer.
Oh, I can put it up on the
You don't
screen
mind.
if you want. We did go through the dates, a few of us, just to make sure there weren't any holidays that we were missing, either, Christian holidays, but also Jewish, Hindu, Muslim. And we didn't find anything that was apparent. So I think we're safe on most of the dates, except for November 3rd, I believe it is. Is that correct? November 3rd, which is Election Day. So we won't be able to have a meeting on that day. It's not coming up. So we wouldn't have a meeting on Election Day per state law and our regulations. So we can look at moving it to another November date or just holding one November meeting and making that decision now. So these are in the left column, those are the planning board meeting dates. We set our application deadlines to be approximately 45 days prior to the hearing date. And then we do provide for applicants when we need the legal notice approved for publication by, and then when they need to post it by, so it's consistent with Mass General Law.
Is April 21st the day after Patriots Day?
Yes.
So is that going to be spring break?
During break.
It's during spring break. I mean, if you all want to
Yeah,
make that
I'm wondering
decision
if we're going to have a
now.
quorum issue.
I won't be here, I know that.
You won't? All right.
And I'm not sure if, let me
Well, you
look
have
at
to
the,
run for this seat still.
That's true, so
So-
it might not matter.
You might not be here even if you wanted to be.
And then I believe it's the same case with the February date. That's during February vacation week. I think Monday is the 17th, which is President's Day.
I will not be here that
Neither
week.
will I.
Okay, so do you want to decide now on those weeks to either have one meeting that month or to shift it to a different week in that month?
For February?
Right.
I would say no. Let's wait and see what everyone's schedule is.
Okay. For February, we would just need to know by January 2nd, because that's the application deadline. So we have to start telling applicants.
If we were to move the date, what date would you think we would move it to?
Well, you have February 3rd, and then the next option would be the 10th or then the 24th.
Yeah, I would be inclined to move it to the 24th if we moved it,
Fine with me.
but I think that gives us an extra week if we get up to January and we still have to make a decision.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any applications right now, but we are expecting to get a few in, and so
All right.
if,
Yeah, let's touch base closer to the January date.
so we'll talk about that at the second December meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if the board can approve this calendar, and then we can post it. And then with the caveat that you'll take a look at the February and April dates
Okay.
when we get closer.
All right.
I
Other-
won't,
Oh, go ahead.
I won't be here on the May 5th either.
Okay.
If that's just one, then that's fine, but
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the calendar for 2026.
So moved.
second.
All in favor? It's 4-0. All right. Planning Board Department updates. Before Kristen gets to her presentation, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Honestly, I can't remember if I said this at the last meeting, but we are able to formally announce now that we received funding for the active transportation plan of $130,000. So we're very proud of that accomplishment. There are no matching funds involved in it. Kristen was behind most of the writing of that grant.
Well done, Kristen.
So kudos to her. And so we really look forward to working on that plan. We still need to contract with the state to be able to move forward, but we'll start working on an RFP for that, and we'll send it out to the board for review before we send it out.
Sounds good. Awesome. That's great news. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever else. Anne Marie, I'm sure we'll say thank you to you in the future on these, but
And then Kristen
else?
just has an update for the board on her progress with another grant that we've also talked about previously. It's a micro grant program through MassDOT, or the CMMPO, which you're going to ask me what the acronym.
Central Mass Municipal Planning Organization, right?
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
Not planning, they're just transportation planning.
Yeah, so this began long ago, which we had discussed with the board, and so we just have an update on that. We did receive the grant, and so now it's just planning locations.
All right, so designating locations was the next step. We've been working with the DPW, oh, hold on a second, what's going on? Oh, do you know, is this? Hopefully you can see everything. Okay. So we've been working with the DPW, Recreation Department, Conservation, anyone who has jurisdiction in the different locations we chose, and we have received confirmation from everyone. Conservation is reviewing their locations at their meeting this evening, so we'll have their approval after today. But I just wanted to point out, we didn't just pick random locations and go with it. We actually worked with the other people involved. So the point of this particular grant was to encourage people to use their bikes to make short everyday trips to reduce congestion and air quality improvement, et cetera. But we need to have a safe and secure location for people to do that, to encourage them. And then we thought this grant was a great opportunity to create some visibility within the community, showing like we are making improvements in downtown and taking steps. Obviously, these things take a long time to implement, and this is one simple step that we've taken to improve it in the short term. The analysis of the need was done. Just want to point out all these different plans that we have in place that talk about biking. Our downtown development plan brings it up, our master plan, the complete streets prioritization plan. So we have several documents that request this need. And then this was the locations overall in town. We have a cluster in the downtown, and then we have a few up in our parks area over by Lake Chauncey. These were the types of racks that we chose. The circular racks on the left will go in the downtown locations on Main Street. They're a little nicer to look at aesthetically. But then the ones on the right, the inverted U racks, will go in the park locations at the rec center, et cetera. They're both equal in terms of stability, maintenance, installation, cost, et cetera. So these were the locations we had designated. We'll go through one picture at a time for what we picked. So this is the town library. Currently it's under construction. I had asked for the library director to provide me with a site plan for their expansion. I don't have that yet. As soon as I get it, I'll forward it. But for now, this is a current picture, and she had mentioned that they were planning to put them on the left of the entrance on Parkman. And if for some reason they have an option over here on the right as well. So they're gonna look into that. They have 3 racks designated for the library location. The next one would be on West Main Street, so moving towards the Rotary from the library on the left-hand side of Main Street in front of Cha Cha Beans. There's several people that currently take their bikes to that location, and they put it in a little like alleyway that's next to the building. So now we'll have a location here on the street for them to park their bikes there. And then on the other side of the street, it's 8 to 10 West Main Street. This is that Matthew, or Sotheby's real estate agent. And this is that little alleyway that goes to the parking in the back. This would be the location in front of that side. And then originally we had talked about the arcade building, but when I reviewed it with the ATSC, this was the area over to the side of the New York Pizza, and they thought since this intersection is very dangerous right now, they just didn't feel like that was enough space. So instead, we still wanted to give people access to park that were going to these stores in this area, but we feel like this is just as good a spot adjacent to the arcade building. This is on the East Main Street side, right in front of Anthony Joseph Realty. There's a nice, it's like 11 feet from this tree to the light post, so that's where we're replacing that arcade building option. And then if we go over to the other side off the Rotary, if we take a right onto South Street, and you come around the corner. 21 South Street is in front of Red Barn's right here, and then you have the Westborough Suites. This is the entrance to the public space. So there's an area right to the left by the street tree over here that DPW said would work. So we're going to put one there. And then we have the community center and the senior center. So right now we have the rec centers over here and this library, temporary libraries on the left. It's going to be the senior center eventually. And so we have 4 bike racks that'll go along the wall between those two. And then this is the town beach. So if you go past the beach, right where the crosswalk comes across Lyman and takes you to the pickleball courts, there's an area right here that used to be asphalt that's all picked away now. So this will be a new concrete pad. Conservation, this is one of the locations that they're voting on tonight. They did like a measurement and they're finding the exact spot that we can put it distance from the lake. So they'll give us that information. But this will be a good spot for anybody using the beach or using the pickleball courts across the street. And that's 4 racks. So that's like a parking lot almost. This is Lake Chauncey. So if you're familiar with the little gazebo that's at the end of Dr. Solomon Carter Fuller Way, there's an entrance, a trailhead over here to the charm bracelet. So this is the gazebo and the trailhead's over here. This is the location that Conservation's measuring out for us. So, and this is like the parking lot where people can park. So it's right across the parking for that location. Oh, was that it? Or was there one more? Oh, and then the last one is Haskell Fields. There's 3 inverted U-racks that'll go over here. This is all the parking that comes around, and these are the tennis courts. So it'll go right in this area. So those are all of our designated locations. Jenny just wanted me to go over the timeline again for all of this. So we're executing the contract now. We should get that finished within November, and then we'll order the bike racks in December. They'll arrive approximately 1 to 2 months, depending on how shipping is going, so January, February. And then concrete pads will be poured and racks will be installed in March. And then we give ourselves a little bit of a buffer, April and May, for DPW to coordinate that. So we should be finished in June. And then next steps, so we wanted to share this with you to see if you had any feedback. Then from here, we'll get our approval from Conservation, and then the last piece is to go to Select Board and get them to sign off on all the locations officially and approve them. Any questions?
No questions. Thank you, Kristen. No comments. If you have any comments, you can send them to Jenny, because we're not going to discuss this. But thank you.
Can I ask? No, nothing? No. Okay. Looks great, Kristen.
If you have any questions, you can talk directly with Jenny or Kristen.
Okay.
We'll explain later. All right. Any other planning department updates?
Not other than the bike racks. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Jenny already had one before that.
Well, I had a question, but I'll hold it.
If you want to ask the question, that's
No,
fine.
it's all right.
No, you can ask the question.
It's all right.
All right.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Any other updates, Jenny?
No.
Okay. Any updates from board members on any town committees?
No.
All right. The Capital Expenditures Planning Committee has met, and we are going to meet again tomorrow. I think we have like 3 more meetings to kind of make a recommendation to town manager on the capital projects to approve with the free cash. So we are getting our presentations now by the different departments to learn what the projects are, and I can give you an update when we know a little bit more.
And I will be at that meeting next week on Tuesday to talk about the planning projects.
Great. All right, we have minutes from November 4th. Did everyone have a chance to review? Any comments or edits? No? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? 4-0. All right. And we have, the next meeting is December 2nd, Jenny?
Yes.
And then after that is December 16th. Anything else to talk about?
I just want to make sure everyone will be at that December 2nd meeting because we do have a special permit on the agenda, and that a 4-member board is required for a quorum for special permits. Okay,
Be there.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. If nothing else, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting, and we will be reconvening at 7 o'clock at Memorial Hall for a joint meeting with the Select Board, but we are adjourning the Planning Board only meeting, so can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? It's 4-0. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Westborough TV.